So one of the things I do when I first get up in the morning, and I get up pretty early, sometime between 5 and 6 a.m. without an alarm clock. And this is before anybody else is up in my house. And I prepare some tea and I have a seat in my favorite chair and I start looking at some of my YouTube subscriptions, perhaps roll a podcast or audiobook, enjoy my tea. And then while I'm doing that, I also look at my Slack channel that shows me the sales that have come in over the night. And this morning I was having tea and I just looked and I saw a sale come through, and it was for the Infinity Bundle, our product LifterLMS. That's the highest price. That's $1,000, technically $999. It's an annual subscription. And I get asked a lot, especially in the WordPress community, how do you sell a WordPress plugin for $1,000? I didn't think that was possible. And so I wanted to share with you and tell you what I've learned in 5 years as a WordPress product company and how to sell a WordPress plugin for $1,000. So the first goes without saying, but I just want to state it, is you have to have a great product. There's no way in our social environment right now that you can sell something for $1,000. It's not really worth $1,000. You know, people will find out and they're going to share on social media and you'll get 1-star reviews everywhere. So it goes without saying, but you have to have a great product. The second thing is you have to deliver 10x value. And this is how we create at LifterLMS. If I'm going to create a new feature set or a new product to go in the Infinity Bundle, it has to deliver a ton of value, at least 10 times what we're charging for it. And we actually go by 100x, but I say 10 times is like really the minimum. And what I mean by that is if you go to our success stories page, you can see how Jonathan Farley here in 18 months got the Infinity Bundle and then sold his entire online course business. He grew it and then he sold it for $480,000. So the Infinity Bundle cost $1,000 and he sold it for $480,000. And then there's Sarah who used LifterLMS and in 10 months generated $300,000 in revenue. Now, full disclaimer, these results aren't typical, but these results are possible. So your mileage may vary. You have to, of course, have a great product yourself and build a great course, serve an audience, sell it effectively, and so on. But the value is there in the right hands of somebody who knows how to, has something to teach, and also wants a easy to use platform that's just going to get the job done for them. So that 10x value is critical. And that's also like a factual thing and an emotional thing. If you're not able to present your product in a way where a logical buyer or an emotional buyer can see clearly and in plain sight at least 10 times the value, it's going to be hard to charge a premium price. The other thing is you have to believe in your product and vision and reality test assumptions. Now, what I mean by this is a lot of people in the earlier days of LifterLMS, they challenged me that, I heard some feedback that there's no way that you can charge that much money for a WordPress plugin. I also heard it's not possible. We were kind of pioneering in the earlier days of subscriptions in WordPress product space, of like offering a annual subscription instead of manual renewal. And that's a lot more common now than it used to be. But those are all assumptions and feedback that we got that I took. I'm really good at taking feedback, but then we reality tested those assumptions, and they proved to be not true. So especially as an entrepreneur, you're going to get pushback. And I'm not saying just ignore critical feedback, but what I am saying is it's important to reality test whatever your assumptions are, especially around pricing. The next thing we do is we deliver world-class product support. That's one of the reasons the price is so high, to pay for the support that we do. Now that can be in terms of like live sales calls when people are doing research and trying to make sure the LifterLMS can fulfill their requirements. It could be the weekly live office hours mastermind call that we do with our Infinity Bundle customers. It could be the liftoff sessions we do when people first buy. They have access to a weekly call to do basically live setup. A lot of people in the WordPress space and just software in general try to automate everything and make things infinitely scalable. But the reality is customers, especially right before and right after they purchase, they really need, want, and appreciate a high-touch experience. So we build world-class support, and that's on top of our ticket system where people can submit support tickets, get a response quickly. When people switch to LifterLMS, we often get like these like chains of emails about how amazing the support was. They can't believe and they tell us like how bad it was wherever they were coming from and how long they had to wait to get a response and stuff like that. And we really double down on world-class support. And we can say that till we're blue in the face, but it's really about people will just share that naturally when in social media and stuff like that. So you'll see people like comparing Lifter to other products and they'll talk about support, or they'll just be talking about it, or they'll send in a testimonial, or they'll just be talking to somebody in private at a conference or in Facebook message or something or whatever, and it comes up, the support that we offer and the quality of it. The other thing that we do to command a $1,000 price tag is, my philosophy as a product entrepreneur is to focus on the customer, not the competition. So I've kind of got a head in the sand approach to looking at the competition and doing any kind of competitive market analysis. And some might say that is, that's not prudent or makes good business sense, but I'm actually a course creator and a non-developer myself. I understand course creator problems and what they're trying to accomplish very well because I am one myself, but also because I spend a lot of time high touch talking to prospective and actual customers. And even some of my best customers have my personal cell phone number and I help them out. So I do things that don't scale on purpose because I need to be zen with my target market. And sometimes I'll make a decision that we'll figure out, some path we're going to go at LifterLMS. It might only take 30 seconds to make that decision, but that's going to tie up 9 months of development. And when you make the wrong move, you build a bloated product or an under-optimized product or a product that doesn't really fit the market. And the secret is not intelligence. It is being zen with the customer and the target market and really understanding what they're trying to accomplish. We hear about we mentioned support, like people really want to feel supported. They want to work with a company that they can trust and that they know has their back and their best interests at heart. They want to avoid like the whole software Frankenstein that a lot of membership site and course builders end up with. So we understand that pain in the marketplace, which is why, to the best of our ability, we built an all-in-one solution. So you didn't have to kind of string together all this Frankenstein of products to make it work. You still, need to use other tools like CRM, like ActiveCampaign or ConvertKit or Mailchimp, but these are those are helpful. But to do the core operating of the course and the membership site, we got you covered. The social learning, if you want to upsell coaching and the e-commerce, it's all built in. So that focus on the customer need and like the problems that they've had when they come from other places, especially in the hosted LMS space, when they have that lack of flexibility and their site looks like everybody else's and not able to really build a unique brand and build out what they want, we understand those problems. The other thing is it's one thing to understand the problems and it's another to address them. So sometimes in marketing, you'll see some people or companies or brands like going after a pain point, but not really delivering the solution. So it's really important that you do both, that you don't just make the marketing high conversion optimized with really, emotional and logical, pain point driven, opportunity driven copy, you also have to actually deliver the solution to those things. The other thing in the WordPress space and just software in general that I would recommend to you if you want to command premium pricing is to be a platform, not a utility. Now, this is an issue, especially in the WordPress space, where if you're a developer first and then you become an entrepreneur, you tend to focus on developer-related problems and things you want to do with the database and make website building easier and more efficient. And if your market is other developers or website builders, that's great. But when you go after, there's still like all this opportunity I see, especially in the WordPress ecosystem, to address different demographics and psychographics. Like I serve the course creator. I know what they're trying to do. And there are course creators that do know how to build websites, but most of them are not developers or website builders, nor do they want to spend their most time doing that. But they need a platform. They want a platform, and they want to be able to get it up and have the platform, the technology piece in place to run their business. So it is a technological solution to a platform problem. And when you look at a business and you look at the website specifically, which WordPress people can appreciate, is the website like a brochure for the business, or is it the business? And when it comes to an online course or a training-based membership site, the website is the business. Therefore, it is very valuable. Therefore, the pricing, you can charge more for a platform so than a utility, something that just does a quick thing. Or so just think about building platforms more than like utilities and efficiency boosters. The other thing is show, don't tell to sell. Now, this is something I've learned over time. The best marketing is education-based marketing, where you are helping people solve problems and you're showing them. You're not just telling them how awesome it is. These are the features and screaming from the mountaintop, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. That's not, that used to work. That's not how it works these days. So the highest converting thing that people go through right before they buy our $1,000 Infinity Bundle is our free course, the LifterLMS Quick Start course. And I'll put a link to that in the description down below that shows you how to build a LifterLMS site, or more importantly, an online course website in 20 minutes, get it up for sale, and launch a product. So instead of like talking about all the features, why don't I just show you how to build your platform? And by the way, this same course is going to be helpful after the sale to, help them on their own get set up and be a guide. So it's about being a guide more than being a salesperson. It's about showing that 10x value, not just talking about it or telling about it or doing like some kind of scarcity-based marketing. It's more about just show the value, and don't talk about the value or tell the value, or just show. Showing is way more powerful. And the last thing is to give back to your industry. And this is kind of maybe a counterintuitive insight. We give away incredible value. Even with $1,000 price tag, people build big businesses on top of LifterLMS courses and training-based membership sites. And we've been able to create something really incredible. But we also are committed to the mission of education and being a part in helping transform education to a new model. And, helping education entrepreneurs all over the world, create these kinds of global or local training companies. And part of that mission, when you have a strong mission, it's important to give back. So that's why if you go into the WordPress plugin, the free plugin repository, you'll find the very powerful LifterLMS core free plugin. We'll put a link to that down below in the description as well. That is something we give away for free. And even what I'm doing with you right now, I'm giving you my secret sauce of like, how are we able to charge these kinds of premium prices? I am giving back to my community. I sponsor, WordCamps and WordPress events. I'll give away my time and do high touch, talking with prospects and customers. So I create a free podcast that helps course creators. I have over 200 episodes in there. That's called LMS Cast. I'll put a link in the description down below. So when you give to your industry, it's really, you're kind of showing the value, but you're also showing a commitment to that type of person, that customer, that prospect that you're focused on serving. So it's about service and being a good steward of your industry, especially in the WordPress community. You can tell a lot about a company if you look at an agency or a product business and you look at how much are they giving versus taking. If they're just trying to extract value, buy my stuff, and not giving back, there's a asymmetry to that relationship there. So it's important to give back to your industry, and that just feeds back in to your premium brand, your premium positioning, your premium pricing. That's selfishly a benefit you get, but when at its core, you truly believe in the mission of your company and are committed to a movement and really serving a particular type of person, people will gladly, invest their time and money with you. So I hope you found this how to charge premium pricing video helpful. Smash the like button and leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. And if I can help you with your thinking around premium pricing or positioning, I'd be glad to do that. I try to give back to entrepreneurs. I have learned from many myself. So if I can help you in any way, feel free to connect. Have a great day.